Hello and welcome to a brand new series called Battlefield Secrets. In this series I'm going to be going through different things that you may not know from the Battlefield franchise, focusing on Battlefield 1 but also including other games from the franchise. Each episode will target something in particular, and episode 1 will be looking at places on Battlefield 1 that you didn't think you could get to. These of course won't be glitch spots because I don't like promoting those, but I will mention a couple of places DICE will patch in the future, and of course I'll give you a lot of interesting tactical spots that you'll definitely want to use next time you play the game. So as you can see in the background, I've started off with Amiens. This is probably my favourite conquest map. It's also a load of fun if you're playing domination, and for me the built up areas, the walls, the cover, the different lanes you've got, it all makes for just fantastic gameplay, and by many is considered the best of the vanilla maps. Now the gameplay is showing you a couple of positions that you can get to around the domination section of the map. Now I'd like it known that these positions are not somewhere where you should be hiding for the entire game. They're places where you could go to for maybe 30 seconds or so to take out a couple of enemies and then you move on. They're not especially difficult to get to, but they aren't known by everybody. Maybe the problem is an enemy is hiding up on the roof and you've always been wondering how to get up there yourself in order to take them down, or in fact take their position and use it as a tactical waypoint for your team. I know a lot of these positions aren't on objectives as well, and some people might be getting annoyed about that, but as I said, I'm not condoning that you stay up there for the entire match. I always use these positions, as you can see by some of the gameplay, as a way of getting one up on the enemy before I make my way to the next objective. I find it very hard to believe that even the best objective players stay on a flag for the entire game, and with that line of thought, these positions are very useful. One of the more difficult ones is over by the bridge on Amiens, this 3-storey house. If you get up to the very top of the roof, you can get a good vantage point on the bridge and on players running over from Bravo and Alpha flag. I think it's a fantastic spot to be in for the start of the game. I don't like to maintain the position for very long because obviously, as you'll see later in this clip, a tank or a rocket gun will completely smash the building to pieces. So if you do see somebody up there, launch a grenade or a rocket gun or shoot them with a tank, the building will collapse and then they can't get up there anymore. But it is a useful spot to get in. All you do is you jump onto the window at the very top and then just vault onto the roof. Now these positions aren't known by everybody. I know a lot of you probably already know these, the more keen players will probably know them, but it is a very useful position to know about when playing on Amiens. Another map that is known for roof camping is Ballroom Blitz. I don't know if you've ever played on the Bravo objective, but you'll always have players up on Charlie sniping you from the roof line. There's not too much you can do about it, to be honest, on this map because there are aircraft and players will bail out of the aircraft onto the roof. What I like to do though is get up on the roof without using an aircraft and clear all the snipers off, or use it as a position to take out enemy tanks on the outside wall. As you'll see, there's a flanker tank coming from Delta in one of the clips. We drop a limpet mine on him and it's game over. Now the way you get up is running along the balcony, along the top, and then you jump onto the pillar, up onto the roof, and walk up the slates to the ridge. I wouldn't say that this is a very useful spot in terms of capping an objective because of course you're in between Charlie and Delta, but for me it's one of the best positions to get an advantage on players pushing Charlie. Say for example your team has Charlie capped, but you don't have Delta capped, and there's a battle going on in the archway between the two flags. This is a really common thing to happen. If you're up on the roof, you can get a vantage point, and I've been up there before where I've taken out quite a few enemies and helped my team, then jumped down and gone and capped Delta. It's a really useful position to have, and I definitely think that knowing how to get up there is a useful tactic. Now for a position that is fairly glitchy, and I hope that DICE do something about it. I was playing on Battlefield 1 Operations recently, and there was a player wedged inside the wall in this position. Now I was really confused as to how they got there, so I started messing around on an empty server, climbed up on this little platform here and started trying to destroy the wall myself. A limpet mine is the best thing to use if you want to destroy it. Of course it's the most powerful explosive, so I launched one on the wall, blew it up, and for some reason the wall crumbled and fell apart. You can jump inside, it's a little secret room. There's literally no point in being here apart from hiding, so I wouldn't suggest you ever go there. It's useful to know that people can get in there though. If you see someone spotted on the minimap, you don't know where they are, that's where they probably are. Throw a grenade in there and then it's bye-bye. There's a couple of other positions on this map where you can blow away the wall like that and get into some really glitchy positions, but I'm not going to show you them because I don't like promoting glitches on the game. I think that the developers will probably patch these. None of them are particularly useful, but they are not really positions where I think you should be able to get on the map. Another map that has some fantastic hiding spots is Tsaritsyn. Now this map is similar to Amiens with the layout of the walls and the way that you can climb up and jump onto the next level or the first floor of buildings. I don't really think that any of them are massively impressive, that's why I've just put a little segment at the end with some of the positions, but they can be useful. Say you're being pinned back or there's an elite class chasing you, or maybe a tank and you need a position just to get out of the way, hide for a few seconds. The one I'm showing you now is probably the best. It's quite tricky to get up on top of, but when you're up there, you get a good vantage point of the road beneath you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like down below and let me know if you've ever used any of these hiding spots before. I think that they are fantastic to know about, and if you have any more that I haven't included in this video, please leave them down below in the comments. You can also link videos to them if you want. I'll make sure that they don't get marked as spam. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next episode.